Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, September 6, 2024. Loaded show today. NFL, college football, MLB, WNBA, soccer, tennis, NASCAR, news and notes, and then to close it, best bet and the Fab Five. We'll start with football, an absolute classic of a season opener, one of the best ones ever, as the Chiefs beat the Ravens 27-20. Casey's 1-0, Baltimore's 0-1. Patrick Mahomes, 20 of 28, 291 yards, a touchdown, the pick, and Lamar Jackson, 26 of 41, 273 yards, and the touchdown. But this was a game that literally came down to the last play. Lamar Jackson appeared to find Isaiah Likely in the end zone, but Likely's foot was slightly out of bounds, and I literally called it when I was watching it live last night that his foot was out of bounds. And the Ravens came so close to potentially having the chance to either tie the game in the fourth overtime or go for two for the win, which would have been ballsy of them to go for two, considering that Justin Tucker is one of the best kickers in the game. Alrighty. So the picks that I'm going to give out for the weekend. There's a lot of games, of course. So we have one tonight. And it is on Peacock at 8:15. Packers, Eagles. Right now, the only person that could potentially be out tonight of note would be Romeo Doubs of Green Bay. My line here is Eagles by 3, total 47 and 7/10. And it is Eagles 2.5, total 49.5. I'm gonna do a slight under. I think that it might be a lower scoring game than people expect. I know everybody loves these offenses, but I'm gonna give out a slight play on the under. And now Sunday. All right, 1 o'clock. You have the Steelers and the Falcons on Fox. My line is Falcons by 3, total 39 and 3/20. Kyle Pitts might miss the game, potentially. And Justin Fields might start for Pittsburgh, which would be incredible, considering that Wilson won the job outright. I don't even have a point system for Fields and Wilson. I think that's a wash. And Jaylen Warren might miss the game. We'll see about that. And the number is Falcons by 3.5, total 42.5. I like the under, though, because we don't know who's going to be out for Pittsburgh or Atlanta on offense, so I like the under. Next up on CBS, Cardinals, Bills. So, nobody of note in Arizona. Buffalo, obviously no Matt Milano. Potentially no Curtis Samuel. My projection is Bills 8.5, total 45 and 3/4. And it is... Why don't I see the line? Oh, there it is. 6.5 and 47.5. I am going to lay the 6.5 of the Bills, but I do not feel strong about it. On Fox, Titans, Bears. So the Bears, so Keenan Allen, Montez Sweat might not be available. Tennessee, DeAndre Hopkins might be out. I have Bears 4.5, total 41.5, and it is 3.5 and 44.5. Under, because of potential Bears injuries and Caleb Williams' first game, and I think the Titans and the Bears' defenses will both show up here. On CBS, Patriots Bengals. My line's Bengals 13.5, total 49 and 3/4. Cincy, T. Higgins hamstring injury, we'll see. Joe Burrow wrist probably will play. The resting Jamar Chase and Amarius Mims, we'll see. And then on the flip side, New England, they have a lot of guys on injured right now. Hunter Henry, but none of them declared out. And mine's 8.5 and 40.5. I'm laying it with the Bengals. This is my Survivor pool pick this week. I'm all in on Cincinnati, so I'm going to lay the 8.5. Texans Colts. My projections pick them in 45 3/4. Injury wise, Houston. Nobody of note. Matt Gay and Josh Downs might be out for Indy. And it is Colts as a 2.5 point underdog, total 48.5. So 2.5 point edge on the Colts. And a 2 3/4 edge on the under. And I really like the under. Texas Colts to CBS. So is Jaguars Dolphins. This is a good one. My projection is Dolphins by 3, total 47 and 11/20. No notable injuries on Jacksonville. Miami has 13 guys on the injury report. Jalen Ramsey, Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland, Teron Armstead, Calais Campbell, and David Long. A lot of big names. And the Dolphins are giving 3.5 totals, 49.5. I'm going to do it the slight under for right now. Next is the Panthers and the Saints on Fox. My Saints 4.5 total 40 and 3/5. Marshawn Lattimore, Willie Gay, Pete Werner of note on the injury report. And then on Carolina's side, Ian Thomas, Miles Sanders, and Tommy Trumbull. And we have 3.5 and 41.5. This is a close one. So I have a 1 point edge on the Saints and a less than 1 point edge on the other. I'm doing slightly into the Saints, and this game will not be seen in Fab 5. All right, Vikings-Giants. Injury stuff. Obviously, no Hawkinson for Minnesota. Jordan Addison. We'll see. Nobody really injured on the Giants. So I have Vikings by 1/2, total 40.5, and it is Vikings 1/2, total 41.5. So very, very close numbers. At gunpoint, I'm going to do a slight under, because there's no way I'm taking my pathetic football team to potentially win this game. But I could change my mind if there's more injuries, but I just can't do it. 4 o'clock, you have the Raiders and the Chargers on CBS. Lions Chargers by 9, total 41 and 2/5. So Josh Palmer in the injured list. We'll see about that. Vegas. Colton Miller might be out. We'll see. And the line is Chargers giving 3, total 4.5. I absolutely love the Chargers minus the 3. Jim Harbaugh could have this team ready to go. And Antonio Pierce and the Raiders, I feel like we're talking a big game all summer, kind of like Deion Sanders in Colorado in a weird way. So I'm going to lay the 3 with the Chargers. Broncos Seahawks. Seahawks 7.5, total 45, and then 3/20. I blanked on the math there for a second. No injuries on Denver. Seattle, Tyler Lockett potentially out. Draymond Jones potentially out. Same with Noah Fant. And the Seahawks are giving 5.5, totals 41.5. I love the over. Love the over. I think Seattle's going to score a lot of points in this game. All right, the big one, 4:25 on Fox. Cowboys-Browns, the debut for Fox for Tom Brady. My projections, Browns 1.5, total 47 and 17/20. That projection is probably going to change. So Jack Conklin, Jordan Hicks, Jerry Jeudy, Jedrick Wills, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And on the flip side with Dallas, those guys aren't out, but I'm just saying guys that are on the injury report. Obviously no Deron Bland, which is a big loss for Dallas. And that's really it. Mozzie Smith. And the Browns are giving 2.5, totals 40.5. I love the over in this game too. That is really, really low for that game. I adore the over. Commanders Buccaneers. I have the Bucs by 4.5, total 45 and 3/20. I'm gonna check for injuries real quick. Jordan Whitehead, Chase McLaughlin, the kicker. That's not great. Joe Tyrone Shoyinka, Yaya Diaby, and on Washington, on the injury report, backup quarterback Marcus Mariota, Cleveland Farrell. And it's 3.5 and 42.5. I'm going over in this one too. I'm surprised these totals are really low. And last but not least, Sunday Night Football, Rams-Lions on NBC and Peacock. My projections, Lions by 6, total 48 and 3/5. Detroit's going to be ready to go in their home opener. DJ Reader on the injury report. And then for the Rams, Puka Nacua was on the injury report. And Jonah Jackson. And Rob Havenstein. Not great. And Detroit is giving 4.5, totals 52.5. I like the under in that spot. So there you have it for the NFL. Now we'll move on to college. We're going to do the picks. I know it's going to take longer than the NFL, but it is what it is. So tonight we have 3 games. First up, we have Western Illinois at Indiana. On the Big Ten Network. Lions Indiana by 35, total 54 and 3/5. And it's 42.5 and 52.5. I'm going to take Western in the points to cover. ESPN2 BYU SMU. My line is SMU by 28, total 53 and 17/20. And it's 11.5 and 55.5. I love SMU. Going back to the well, I'm laying the points with them. 9 o'clock, Fox Sports 1, Duke Northwestern. I have Northwestern by 9, total 34 and 13/20. I know it's a low one. It's 2.5 and 37.5. I'm going to lay the 2.5 with Northwestern. I'm starting to like the college card better than the NFL card this weekend already. But I have an idea who I want to take in Fab 5 in the NFL, though. All right, 12 o'clock on Fox. Number 3 Texas against number 10 Michigan from the Big House. Game day and Big Noon are both there. My line's Texas by 6, 48 and 3/10. And it's 7.5 and 42.5. I love the over in that game. That's way too low, especially with Texas. Bowling Green against number 8 Penn State. My line's Penn State by 30, total 50.5. And we have 34.5 and 49.5. I'm going to take Bowling Green in the points. On ABC, Arkansas against number 16, Oklahoma State. I have Oklahoma State by 18, total 61 3/4, and it's 7.5 and 62.5. I'm laying the 7.5 with Oklahoma State. I don't like this Arkansas team. On ESPN, 17, Kansas State at Tulane. My line's Kansas State by 9, total 51 and 7/20, and it is 9.5 and 47.5. I'm going with the over. My God, I'm like in love with this card for the sport this weekend. On the ACC network, number 23, Georgia Tech at Syracuse. Of course, Georgia Tech's ranked. I have Syracuse by 11, total 53 and 3/5, and it's 2.5 and 61.5. You guys know where I'm going here. Hughes plus 2.5 and plus 114. This is a classic letdown for Georgia Tech after being ranked because of the upset win. Rhode Island, Minnesota on Peacock. My line is Minnesota by 4, total 44 and 2/5. And it's 23.5 and 45.5. I'm going to take Rhode Island to cover. Akron, Rutgers on Big Ten Network. I have Rutgers by 23, total 49 and 5th, and it's 22.5 and 39.5. I'd like the over. All right, on ESPN2, Pitt, Cincinnati. Mine's Pitt by 6, total 59 and 1/20. And it is 2.5 and 62.5. 2.5 in favor of Cincy. So I'm going to take Pitt plus 2.5 and plus 104 to win. Merrimack, UConn. Mine's UConn 26.5, total 45 and 4/5. It's 15.5 and 47.5. I'm going to lay the 15.5 with UConn. ESPNU, Troy, Memphis. My line's Memphis by 20, total 51 and 3/5. And it's 18.5 and 57.5. I like the under. CBS Sports Network, Army, FAU. Mine's FAU by 5, total 41 and 10. And it's 3.5 and 42.5. Slightly in FAU. 12:45 on the SEC Network. McNeese at Texas A&M. My line is A&M by 29, total 47. And it's 46.5 and 53.5. I'm going to take McNeese to cover. All right, 2 o'clock. Tennessee Tech at number 1, Georgia. Mine's 35, total 48 and 3/20. And it's 54.5 and 62.5. Those are. I have to take Tech in the points. That is way too high. Missouri State, Ball State. My line's Ball State by 11, total 49 and 1/5. And it's 2.5 and 49.5. Oof. I'm laying a 2.5 at Ball State. That's low. St. Francis, PA, Kent State at 2:30 million. Kent 5.5, total 52.5. And I don't see a line for that yet. Utah Tech, UNLV. I don't see any lines either. I have UNLV by 30, total 49 and 3/20. 3:30 on NBC and Peacock. Northern Illinois against number 5 Notre Dame. My line is Notre Dame by 27, total 51 and 9/10. And it's 27.5 and 44.5. I like the over a lot in that game too. 3:30 on Fox, Baylor against number 11 Utah. My line is Utah by 21, total 49 and 3/5. This doesn't count towards the Big 12 standings because this game was scheduled before Utah moved to the conference. And it's 14.5 and 55.5. I'm going to lay the 14.5 with Utah. CBS, Iowa State against number 21 Iowa. I have Iowa by 3, total 36 and 20th, and it is 3 and 35.5. All very close. Slight over, but not much in that game. Jacksonville State against number 22 Louisville. I didn't realize that Louisville was ranked. Probably deserve it, too. Mine's Louisville by 29, total 61 and 4/5. And it's 28.5 and 56.5 over. ESPN2, Cal Auburn. Lions Auburn by 12, total 69 and 17/20, and it is 13.5 and 53.5. Oh, I absolutely adore the over. That's way too low. On ABC, South Carolina, Kentucky, the debut technically of the SEC on ABC. I have Kentucky by 9, total 44 and 19/20. And it's 8.5 and 42.5. I'm going to go with the over. Big Ten Network, Michigan State, Maryland. Mine's Maryland by 12, total 44 and 7/10. And it's 9.5 and 44.5. I'm laying it with Maryland. Eastern Michigan, Washington on the Big Ten Network. Mine's Washington by 6, total 46 and 11/20. And it's 24.5 and 47.5. I'm taking the points. South Dakota, Wisconsin on Fox Sports 1. I picked them in 44 and a fifth. I don't have a line for this, but I think that Wisconsin can get picked off here. I'm not picking South Dakota outright, but I just think there's a chance. UMass Toledo. Mine's Toledo by 20, total 53.5. And it's 17.5 and 51.5. I'm laying it with Toledo. Duquesne, BC. My line is BC 24.5, total 52 and 7/10. There's no line for that one yet either. I can't wait to see that one because BC might have a letdown. Charlotte at North Carolina. Mine's UNC by 17, total 45 and 7/10. And it's 22.5 and 47.5. I'm going to take Charlotte in the points. Idaho, Wyoming. Mine's Wyoming by 7, total 54 and a quarter, and it's 6.5 and 44.5. Over. CBS Sports Network, Temple, Navy. Mine's Navy 14, total 57 and 9/20. And we have 12.5 and 44.5. I'm taking the over. ESPNU, UTSA, Texas State. Mine's Texas State by 3, total 59 and 3/10. And it is, and now we're in the 4 o'clock. 1.5 and 62.5. Under. 4:15 on the SEC Network. Middle Tennessee at number 6. Ole Miss. Mine's Ole Miss by 37, total 74 and a quarter. And it's 42.5 and 62.5. Over. 4:30 on the CW. Marshall, Vautech. My line's Vautech 32, total 53 and 17/20. And it's 20.5 and 52.5. Vautech. Minus the points. Florida A&M at number 12, Miami. My line is Miami by 23, total 50 and 19/20. It's 44.5 and 57.5. I'm going to take Florida A&M the cover. Next, Albany, West Virginia. My line's West Virginia by 11, total 49 and 7/10. I don't see that line out yet either. Central Michigan, FIU. Mine's FIU by 1, total 54 and 9/10. And it's Central Michigan by 5.5, total 51.5. I'm taking Florida International plus the points and plus 180. Gardner Webb, James Madison. I have JMU by 24, total 46 and 9/10. No line out. East Carolina, Old Dominion. My line is ECU by 14, total 45 and a 10th. And it's Old Dominion 1.5, total 54.5. The wrong team's favor. Give me ECU plus the points and minus 102 outright. South Alabama, Ohio. My line's Ohio as a 9-point dog, total 61 and a quarter. And it's 2.5 and 56.5. I'm laying the 2.5 with South Alabama. 6:30, Sam Houston, UCF. My line's UCF by 9, total 52 and 3/4. And it's 21.5 and 56.5. I'm going to take Sam Houston State plus the points. 7 o'clock on ESPN, South Florida at number 4, Alabama. My line is Bama by 24, total 57 and 9/20. And it's 3.5 and 63.5. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to take South Florida getting the points only because I think Bama might be looking ahead. Maybe Bama wins by, like, 28. Buffalo against number 9, Missouri. My line is Missouri by 24, total 48 and 11/20. And it's 34.5 and 52.5. I'm going to take Buffalo in the points. Number 19, Kansas at Illinois on Fox Sports 1. My line's Kansas by 9 till 52 and 4/5. And it's 5.5 and 57.5. That's a hard one. Under. Sanford, Florida. My line's Florida by 6 till 57 and 9/10. I don't see it there. Same for William and Mary, Coastal Carolina. William and Mary by 8 till 55 and 1/10. I would try to get a William and Mary on the money line type of situation. Eastern Kentucky, Western Kentucky. I have Western by 19, total 61 3/4. I don't see that one either. Same for Chattanooga, Georgia State. I have Chattanooga by 2, total 56 3/4. Cal Poly, Stanford's not posted either. That's Stanford 19.5, total 56 and 19/20. ESPN2, Virginia, Wake Forest. My line's Wake by 9, total 52 and 13/20. And it's 1.5 and 55.5. I'm laying it with Wake. Louisiana, Kennesaw. My line is Louisiana by 23, total 50 and 1/5. And it's 14.5 and 47.5. I'm laying it with Louisiana. CBS Sports Network, San Jose State Air Force. My line's Pick'em and 49 and 1/20. And that is 5.5 in favor of Air Force, total 44.5. I'm going to take San Jose State plus the points, and I'm willing to take plus 168 as well. Northern Colorado, Colorado State. I have Colorado State by 34, total 47 and 9/20. And I don't see that line posted. Georgia Southern, Nevada. I have Georgia Southern by 18.5, total 67 and 3/10. And it's Nevada 1.5, total 58.5. I'll go back to the well, Georgia Southern plus the points and minus 106 to win. Tulsa, Arkansas State. My line is Arkansas State by 24, total 68 and 1/10. And it's 7.5 and 65.5. I'm going to lay the 7.5 with Arkansas State. UAB, UL Monroe. My line is UAB by 5, total 52 and 3/4. And it's 13.5 and 53.5. I'm going to take UL Monroe getting the points. Southeastern Louisiana, Southern Miss. I have Southern Miss by 4, total 49 and 1/10. Texas Southern Rice. I have Rice by 28, total 50. All right, 7:30. We have Western Michigan at number 2, Ohio State on the Big Ten Network. My line's Ohio State by 14, total 49 and 2/5. And why don't I see that line? Oh, there it is, 37.5 and 53.5. I'm going to take Western to cover because I think they're peaking. All right, the Duke's Mayo Classic, number 14, Tennessee against number 24, NC State from Charlotte. My line's NC State by 3, total 57 and 7/10. And it's 9.5 in favor of Tennessee, total 16.5. I'm going to take NC State plus the points and plus 275 to win it. Nichols against number 18 LSU. I have LSU 18, total 53. That line's posted. It's 49.5 and 59.5. I'm going to take Nichols to cover. Alcorn State, Vandy on ESPNU. I have Vandy as a 1-point dog, total 52 and 1/4. Next up, on NBC, Colorado, Nebraska. My line's Nebraska by 6, total 50 and 17/20. And it is 7.5 and 56.5. Under. All right, Stephen F. Austin, North Texas. I have North Texas 13, total 74 and 17/20. Houston at number 15, Oklahoma at 7:45 on the SEC Network. I have Oklahoma by 23, total 52 and a fifth. And it's 27.5 and 49.5. I'm going to take Houston to cover. 8 o'clock on the ACC Network, App State at number 25, Clemson. I don't think Clemson should be ranked, but they're Clemson, and that's why they're ranked. I have Clemson by 13, total 48 and a fifth. And it's 17 and 52.5. Very, very close projections. I'm going to take App State in the points. LIU, TCU, I have TCU 29, total 53 and 17/20. Southern Utah, UTEP 13, total 45 and 3/10. All right, here's a good one. 10 o'clock on Peacock, Boise State at number 7, Oregon. Mine's Oregon by 9, total 63 and 4/5. And it's 20.5 and 60.5. I'm taking Boise in the points. So I want to see how bad Oregon looked. Northern Arizona at number 20, Arizona. I have Arizona by 15, total 71 and 2/5, and it's 41.5 and 63.5. I'm going to take Northern to cover. On Fox, Texas Tech, Wazoo. My line's Wazoo by 12, total 78 and 3/4, and it's 1.5 and 65.5. I have to go with the over. I like Wazoo and the over. That's like a same gamer. Sac State, Fresno State. Mine's Fresno by 10, total 54 and a fifth. Liberty, New Mexico State. I have Liberty by 12, total 53 and 4/5. And it's 22.5 and 54.5. I'm taking New Mexico State in the points. That's 10:15 ESPN 2, 10:30 on ESPN. Mississippi State, Arizona State. I have Zona State by 6, total 54. And it's 5.5 and 58.5. I like the under. CBS Sports Network, Oregon State, San Diego State. My line is Oregon State by 15, total 53 and 8/20. And it's 5.5 and 54.5. I'm going to lay to 5.5 with Oregon State. And last but not least, 11 o'clock Big Ten, Utah State at number 13, USC. USC makes the big jump in the poll after the win against LSU. I have USC by 9, total 59.5, and it is 28.5 and 63.5. I'm going to take Utah State to cover because I think SC's peeking ahead a little bit. All right, now move on to MLB. This is going to be like rapid fire. I'm going to go over yesterday's results and look ahead to tonight and the weekend. Reds over the Astros 1-0. Twins over the Rays 4-3. Mariners over the A's 6-4. Giants over the D-backs 3-2. Phils over the Marlins 5-2. The best bet I would have picked for baseball would have hit. Pirates over the Nats 9-4. Rockies over the Braves 3-1. Rangers over the Angels 3-1. Tigers over the Padres 4-3. Go ahead grand slam by in the top of the ninth by Parker Meadows. 2 out in the ninth of the 3-2 count. That's probably going to go down as the worst loss of the Padres season. All right, matinee game from Wrigley, 2 o'clock. Yankees-Cubs. The Yankees take a trip to Wrigley. All right, Yankees minus 134, Cubs plus 114, over under 7.5, overs minus 06, unders minus 114. Yankees minus 1.5 plus 8, Cubs plus 1.5 minus 154. I'm taking Chicago plus 114. They're hot. The Yankees are not. Luis Hill back for the Yankees, though. 6 o'clock, Rockies-Brewers. Ryan Feltner, Frankie Montas. Brewers minus 225, Rockies plus 188, over under 7.5, overs minus 120, unders minus 122. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 113, Brewers minus 1.5, minus 106. I'm laying the 1.5 with Milwaukee. 6:30, Nats Pirates, DJ Hers and Luis Ortiz. Pirates minus 118, Nats even money, over under 8.5, overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Nats minus 1.5 plus 164, Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 200. Tough one, but I'm going to go with the over. 7 o'clock, Rays O's from Baltimore. Shane Baz, Zane Kremer. O's minus 138, Rays plus 118, over under 8.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Rays plus 1.5 is minus 170, O's minus 1.5 plus 140. That's an over. White Sox, Red Sox from Fenway, Davis Martin and Nick Pivetta. Red Sox minus 290, White Sox plus 235, over under 8.5, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. White Sox plus 1.5 is plus 118, Sox minus 1.5 is minus 142. I'm going to take the White Sox on the run line, plus 1.5 and plus 118, only because I think Davis Martin's good. I think Boston wins by 1. Reds, Mets. Fernando Cruz, Sean Manaea. Mets minus 178, Reds plus 150, over under 7.5, overs minus 122, under money. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 40, Mets minus 1.5 plus 116, under. Phillies, Marlins. Zach Wheeler, Edward Cabrera. Phillies minus 245, Marlins plus 205, over under 7, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Phillies minus 1.5, minus 134, Marlins plus 1.5 is plus 112. I'm going to go with the over, but I don't feel good about it. 720, Jays, Braves. Kevin Gausman, Max Fried. Braves minus 178, Jays plus 150, over under 7.5. Overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Jays plus 1.5 is minus 150, Braves minus 1.5 plus 125. I like the under. 8 o'clock, you have the Angels and the Rangers. Samuel Aldgary and Gerson Garabito. Rangers minus 162, Angels plus 136, over under 9, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 146, Rangers minus 1.5 plus 122. I like the under in that game a lot. D-backs, Astros, Brandon Pfaadt and Framber Valdez. Astros minus 172, D-backs plus 144, over under 7.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 150, Astros minus 1.5 plus 125, over. Twins, Royals, Zebby Matthews and Cole Reagans. Royals minus 138, Twins plus 118, over under 7.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Twins plus 1.5 is minus 178, Royals minus 1.5 plus 146, over. 8:15, Mariners, Cardinals. Bryce Miller, Eric Feed. Cards minus 110, Mariners minus 106, over under 7.5, overs even money, unders minus 122. Seattle minus 1.5 plus 164, Cards plus 1.5 is minus 200. I'm going Seattle minus 106. 9:30, Tigers, A's, Tariq Skubal and Mitch Spence. Tigers minus 164, A's plus 138, over under 7, minus 110 each way. Tigers minus 1.5 plus 104, A's plus 1.5 is minus 125. I'll go with the over. Giants, Padres, Mason Black and Michael King. Padres minus 205, Giants plus 172, over under 7.5, overs minus 122, unders even money. Giants plus 1.5 is minus 126, Padres minus 1.5 plus 105. I'm going to lay the run line with the Padres. Michael King's been really good. And then 10 o'clock, Guardians, Dodgers, Matt Boyd, Landon Knack. Dodgers minus 164, Guardians plus 138, over under 8.5, overs minus 124, unders plus 102. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 152, Dodgers minus 1.5 plus 126. I like the under at plus money. All right, Saturday, 2:20, Yanks, Cubs, 4 o'clock, Rays, O's, Tigers, A's, D-backs, Astros, Reds, Mets, Phils, Marlins, 6:30, Nats, Pirates, 7 o'clock on Fox, Angels, Rangers, Rockies, Brewers, 7:15 on Fox, Red Sox hosting the White Sox, Twins, Royals, also on Fox. Mariners, Cardinals is not on Fox, 7:20, Jays, Braves, 8:30, Giants, Pirates, or Padres, and 9 o'clock is Guardians, Dodgers. Sunday at noon on Roku's, Rays, O's, 1:30, White Sox, Red Sox, Jays, Braves, Nats, Pirates, Reds, Mets, Phils, Marlins, 2 o'clock, Rockies, Brewers, Twins, Royals, 2:15, Mariners, Cardinals, 2:20, Yanks, Cubs, 2:30, Angels, Rangers, 4 o'clock, Tigers, A's, Guardians, Dodgers, Giants, Padres, and Sunday Night Baseball, Diamondbacks, Astros. All right, now move on to the WNBA. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight. Liberty over to Swim, 77-70. Mystics over to Mercury, 90-77. All right, tonight, 7:30 on Ion, Wings Dream. The Dream are giving 2.5 totals, 169. I'm going to lead the points with Atlanta. Aces, Sun. Aces are giving 2.5 on the road, totals 164.5. I'm taking the Sun plus the points at plus 114. Lynx, Fever. Lynx are giving 3, totals 169.5. I'm laying the 3 at the Lynx. Sorry, Caitlin Clark. And then 9:30 on Ion is Spark Sky. Sky are giving 5, totals 164.5. I'm going to lay the 5 with Angel Reese in the Sky. All All right, Saturday, 9 o'clock, NBA TV's Mercury Storm. And then Sunday, 3 o'clock, you have Lynx Mystics. 4 o'clock, ESPN Aces Liberty. And then Dream Fever, 6 o'clock, White Sky. And then 9 o'clock is Sun Sparks. All right, now move on to soccer. We do not have that much soccer. We have all the international stuff. And then we have Nations League. I'm not doing picks. We don't have time. Results from yesterday. Sweden over Azerbaijan 3-1. Belarus, Bulgaria 0-0 draw. Denmark over Switzerland 2-0. Serbia over Spain. I'm sorry, that was a 0-0 draw. Poland over Scotland 3-2. San Marino over Liechtenstein 1-0. Portugal over Croatia 2-1. Northern Ireland over Luxembourg 2-0. And Slovakia over Estonia 1-0. All right, Kazakhstan, Norway underway. And then at noon, Lithuania, Cyprus, 2:45, Wales, Turkey, Iceland, Montenegro, Kosovo, and Romania. Slovenia, Austria, Belgium, Israel, and France, Italy. Saturday, 9 a.m., Faroe Islands, North Macedonia. At noon, Armenia, Latvia, Georgia, Czechia, Moldova, Malta. Ireland, England, Netherlands, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Greece, Finland, Germany, Hungary, Ukraine, Albania. And then Sunday, 9 o'clock, Luxembourg, Belarus. At noon, Bulgaria, Northern Ireland, Denmark, Serbia, Slovakia, Azerbaijan, Gibraltar, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, Spain, Sweden, Estonia, Croatia, Poland, and Portugal, Scotland. All right, Women's League tonight, 10 o'clock, you have Angel City, Seattle. We don't have time for picks. Saturday, 12:30 CBS, Washington, Portland. 7:30 KC, Utah. And then 10 o'clock Bay FC, Louisville. Sunday, 1 o'clock Gotham, Houston. 6 o'clock Chicago, Orlando. And 8 o'clock San Diego, North Carolina. And then FIFA World Cup qualifying, CONMEBOL, 7:30 tonight, Uruguay, Paraguay, 9 o'clock Brazil, Ecuador, and 9:30 Peru, Colombia. And an African Cup today, 9 a.m. Kenya, Zimbabwe. At noon, Togo, Liberia. Sierra Leone, Chad, Congo DR, Guinea, South Africa, Uganda, Morocco, Gabon. At 2, at 3, Egypt, Cape Verde. Ivory Coast, Zambia, Mali, Mozambique, and Senegal, Burkina Faso. And then tomorrow at noon, Mauritania and Botswana, Nigeria, Benin, and Cameroon, Namibia. And then tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. is Gambia and Tunisia. So there you have it for soccer. Now we have U.S. Open. That we have to do picks for because it's the finale. We'll do the women's first. Because that was yesterday. So, 6-seed Jessica Pegula over Carolina Muchova in 3 sets, and 2-seed Arena Sabalenka over 13-seed Emma Navarro in a competitive 2 sets. All right, the championship tomorrow. 6-seed Jessica Pegula and 2-seed Arena Sabalenka. That's at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Sabalenka minus 310, Pegula plus 245. I'm going to say Sabalenka 3 sets. Plus 270. All right, men's semifinals today, 3 o'clock. 1-seed Janik Sinner and 25-seed Jack Draper. Sinner's minus 750, Draper plus 520. I'm going to go Sinner in 4 sets. Plus 250. And at 7 o'clock tonight, 12-seed Taylor Fritz and 20-seed Francis Tiafoe. Fritz minus 285, Tiafoe plus 230. I'm going to say that's 5, and I say Fritz wins it. Fritz 3-2 plus 440. And then, Fritz Sinner in the title game, I'm going to say Sinner over Fritz in 3 sets on Sunday. All right, NASCAR for the weekend. We have Xfinity and Cup. Xfinity is tomorrow, 3 o'clock from Atlanta. I'm just going to pull it up really quickly. All right, racing. Focus Health 250. My pick is going to be, going back to the well, AJ Allmendinger 10-1. And then the Cup Series, Sunday from Atlanta. The Quaker State 400. I'm going to do, let's go with Chris Boucher, 16-1. Why not? I don't think I picked him a lot this year, if not at all. All right, news and notes. I'm going to do this about as rapid fire as possible. So the Ravens are mad about the out-of-bounds play. He was out of bounds. Like, they need to stop complaining. You have many chances to win the game. Tucker missed a field goal, and there are other moments in that game where you could have won that game. Pat's GM, Elliot Wolf, says tanking cheats game, as he has no interest in losing on purpose for better draft pick. And then, obviously, Isaiah Likely, who caught that pass, said we played our worst game of the season. And then Mahomes had a good response to what he said. So there's a little bit of trash talking going right now. The Lakers say that Austin Reeves wasn't on the trade block, as J.J. Redick has big plans for Austin. Here we go again. Ronnie Stanley calls out the refs. He feels officials were trying to make an example of him after illegal formation flags. My goodness. Brandon Ingram skips Pell's minicamp as there's uncertainty around his future with the team. And the game actually got delayed last night to 8:40 because of a heavy storm. Alex Morgan retired, so congratulations to her. Great career. Kyle Van Noy did not return last night because of an eye injury. DeAndre Hopkins says he hopes to play in Week 1 despite offseason knee injury. He had an MCL tear. Russell Wilson calf injury lingering as he's being evaluated for tightness in the same calf that was injured during training camp. And Justin Fields will be ready if Wilson can't go. Jalen Ramsey could play on Sunday as the Dolphins' DC hopeful he'll suit up against the Jaguars. We talked about the go-ahead grand slam by Parker Meadows of the Tigers last night. So Penny Hardaway got accused of violations as an anonymous letter alleges him of major NCAA infractions. This has a lot to do with why those assistant coaches were quitting. The Big 12 is pausing UConn talks as the commissioner says conference will focus on ushering in this new era of college athletics. There's a lot of talk about UConn Big 12. USC retires Caleb Williams' number. That's not surprising. So the Matt Chapman deal draws San Francisco interest as he has heard other players are interested in joining the team after signing an extension. We talked about the Yankees getting Louis Hill back, and then somebody else is coming back for the New York Yankees. John Sterling out of retirement as he will return to the fan for the playoffs. That is probably the best news I heard yesterday in terms of sports. That's just amazing news. And I am really looking forward to that. Sharon Moore hasn't signed the deal as they're working on it. That's weird. Travis Kelce on his future as he says he has at least 2 more good years left in playing career. How about this? Dak and the Cowboys close to a deal as sides have made progress on a potential extension. Length of deal, not a sticking point. But before that, it was reported that Dak is likely to have free agency. A source with direct knowledge of the situation says that he can enter the market after contract ends. How about this? Several teams pursued Cortland Sutton as the Steelers were among landing spots, potentially. And as CeeDee Lamb hopes Dallas is forever, he says he would love to be here and retire here in the long run. All right, best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. All right, so best bet, I'm going to college football. Like I said, I love the college slate more than the NFL slate this week. I'm going to do a 20th of a unit per pick. And the pick I like the most is for tonight. I'm going back to the well at SMU. I'm laying the points. So I'm going to lay the 11.5 with SMU against BYU. All right, now I'm going to do the Fab Five. There's a lot of games I love. First up, Oklahoma State. They're laying 7.5 against Arkansas. Absolutely love it. I don't think Arkansas is very good. Oklahoma State, I think, wants to prove to people that they're a contender in the Big 12. Pick number 2 of the Fab Five. I'm going over 42.5 in Texas, Michigan. That is just a low total for two teams that like to score. I know Michigan's defense is really good, but Texas's offense might be the best unit on the field in that game. Pick number 3 in the Fab Five. I'm going over 53.5 in Cal Auburn. I just think that is a low total for that game. Pick number 4 of the Fab Five. I'm going to take Florida International getting 5.5 at home against Central Michigan. That is just a low number. And the last pick of the Fab Five, I'm going to lay points with Arkansas State against Tulsa. I just think Tulsa stinks. So I'm going to lay the 7.5 with Arkansas State. And in my underdog of the week in college football, going to the primetime game on ABC, and I'm going to take NC State to upset Tennessee at plus 275. All right, the NFL Fab Five was a harder one to figure out for week 1. So let's go. So pick number 1 of the NFL Fab Five. I'm going to lay a little juice. I'm going to take the under and Steelers Falcons. That's just a little high with some of the guys that are injured. Pick number 2, I'm laying the 8.5 with the Bengals against the Patriots. I just think that the Bengals have a point to prove. New England stinks. So I'm laying the points. Pick number 3 of the Fab Five. I am going to lay the 6.5 with the Bills against the Cardinals. A lot of people like this as a potential upset. I'm not one of them. I just don't like the Cardinals' defense, and I think Josh Allen's going to have a big day, so I'm going to take the Bills minus the 6.5. Pick number 4, I'm going to lay the 3 with the Chargers against the Raiders. New era of Charger football. Jim Harbaugh, they're going to be pumped, so I'm going to lay the 3 with the Chargers. And the last pick, I'm going to go over 40.5 in Cowboys-Browns. That's just a low number. I know offensive line injuries for the Browns, but I just think that even 23-20 gets me home here with the wins. So I'm going to go over 40.5 in Cowboys-Browns. And my underdog money line outright winner of the week. I'm going to go. There's 2 nominees I really like. And I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts at plus 128 to knock off the Houston Texans in their home opener. Anthony Richardson's going to run wild. So I'm going to take the Colts plus 128 to knock off Houston. And there you have it for the show. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything. Look ahead to everything on Monday, including Monday Night Football between the Jets and the Niners, which is going to be an amazing game. Have a good weekend, everyone.